Welcome to the RadioU Podcast. I'm Hudson.
And I'm Allie.
Coming up, the only Oscars preview you need to hear.
Also, if you thought the Ticketmaster execs could look any worse, you're right.
All that and more on the way next. Carnival Cruise Lines has introduced a new dining option for their busiest of travelers. The idea is they call it express dining. As long as you're in a group of less than 6, you now have the option to have a multi-course meal in less than an hour. That is the promise.
Wow.
Yeah, full multi-course meal, less than an hour. They say, according to Christine Duffy, Carnival's president, our guests continue to tell us they value greater flexibility in how they spend their time on board. And express dining was designed with that in mind.
Nice.
You got other stuff to do.
Yeah.
On the Carnival cruise that you're trapped on. You need to eat quick. And so they now have this option where, basically they say it's almost the same menu that if you were just going to go and have a dinner that takes as long as however.
Yeah.
It's almost the same menu. There's a few things that aren't available, but they promise to have you in and out in less than an hour.
Let's go. That is super nice, especially if you're planning on catching a show or you want to go into the water park or whatever is available on these cruise ships that you're on. I've never been on a cruise, so I'm not even sure how long dinner normally takes.
Mm-hmm.
But
a multi-course meal.
Yeah, it seems like it would take a decent chunk of time. And if you have a family with young kids, they want to go. They don't want to sit and, eat.
That's a good point.
Dinner.
I was thinking about this. I'm like, part of cruises are a vacation. Part of vacation, people want to rush through dinner. Dinner's one of the best times.
Yeah,
you're eating, you're with everybody, you get to talk.
Yeah, for me, I wouldn't want to do this if I was at a table with a bunch of adults.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have young kids, I could see the appeal in doing something like this because you're not as interested in sitting for
the kids won't sit.
Right, exactly. You're let's get out of here as quickly as possible. Actually, can we take this to the room?
Yeah, they're not gonna make it. So they do say some of the ideas are literally what you mentioned of catching you've got a show coming up, but you want to try to squeeze in a meal.
Yeah.
Now you can actually, I guess it's not even that, it needs to be less than an hour, just knowing when you will be done.
Yeah.
Because this is something that you deal with at work lunches and stuff where it's okay, we've all eaten, we're all ready to go, we got work to do, we got to get back. But then it takes forever to get the check.
Yeah.
And you're can we just go?
Can we please check
this
out?
would be a good situation for with that in mind, but they also mentioned maybe you want to have dinner. They say a speedy dinner with kids before bedtime.
Before bedtime.
You had dinner right before bedtime?
I guess some parents...
not you personally, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess some parents probably do.
Is that good for you?
I would imagine not.
It feels like that's a ticket to getting nightmares.
Yeah, I would hope that you would wait at least an hour or two, eating at 5 or eating at 6 before you put the kids to bed at 7, 7:30.
I know some kids go to bed pretty early. Yeah, 7 is crazy to me. I was homeschooled.
Yeah.
If it wasn't dark out, I'm not going to bed. But
well, if they're really young, 2, 3 years old, I could definitely see 7:30.
But yeah, dinner and literally you're talking babies.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's nice that they can offer this.
Yeah.
The express dining. Just to me, I feel and a cruise is an interesting place to put that because I feel you're trapped on a cruise. You're on there for days.
Right. I'm not worried about things taking a little bit of time.
Yeah, I've never been on a cruise, but I feel that'd be a situation where, unlike many other vacations where I'm trying to squeeze everything in, you're driving places and you're when is this open, blah, blah, blah. On a cruise, it feels everything's kind of already scheduled out for you.
And everything's in close proximity.
Yeah, right. It feels you'd have extra time on your hands that you're trying to figure out what to fill, not, I need to squeeze in this dinner. A multi-course meal yet again, which is, I just want to have a multi-course meal sometime in life. That sounds really nice.
That sounds nice.
But, I don't know. I feel there could be a lot of stuff about cruises we just aren't understanding.
Yeah.
All I understand is the norovirus part.
Right. We're not experts. We don't go on these cruises. So everybody let us know how appealing a express dinner would be.
The biggest story in sports yesterday was Miami losing for the first time. 8772 Radio U or at the talkback button in the RadioU app. Miami, the Ohio version of Miami.
Yeah.
Lost in the MAC tournament, ending their undefeated season. Miami was 31-0 and ranked number 20 in the country. They're the first team to go undefeated through the regular season since the Gonzaga Bulldogs did it in the 2020-2021 season. That was a shortened schedule. So the first team to do a full regular season undefeated since 2015 when the Kentucky did it.
Wow.
Now the question is, Miami, will they actually make the tournament since they do not get an automatic bid?
Right. They better. After such an impressive season, they deserve to have a shot at it.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like let's be honest, they did not play much of anybody good.
Yeah.
They didn't play. I mean, they played no other ranked teams. They played nobody else from like a major conference. So they played a very soft schedule. But that was their schedule. They played it.
And they won every game.
They won every game. And I'd venture to say some of the other teams, this I think is the biggest thing. A lot of the other teams that are like on the bubble with them that are from major conferences, like Texas, for example. Texas is like 18-11 or something like that.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you think Texas will go undefeated versus this schedule? That's what gets me. It's like Texas lost like 11 games.
Yeah.
Miami lost 0.
I know. I think you got to reward them for.
I'm sorry. Texas was 18-14.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's not a terrible season, but it's just like that's not. I always thought that. You needed to at least get to 20 wins to be considered for the NCAA tournament.
You lose 14 games, like almost half your games. You think you should be in over a team that lost 0?
I don't think you should be in probably at all.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't seem like a great team to me. There's probably plenty of other teams that I would consider to be more deserving. And Miami is one of them. They had an incredible season. Like you said, this is not like we see this all the time. This is the first time we've seen a full season, a team go undefeated in the regular season like this since 2015. That's 11 years ago, guys. Come on.
Now, I mean, being realistic, though, I do think it's probably likely that Miami gets, if they get into the tournament, they're probably not going to win. They're going to be up against they're going to have to play like St. John's or something like that in the first or second round. They're probably going to lose.
If they're a 12 seed going up against a 5, they're guaranteed to win because that always happens.
Right. That's right. If they get in, they're going to be a super popular underdog pick to go far in the tournament. And
which won't work out.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go very far, but they still have earned it.
Yes.
And in the NCAA tournament now allows 68 teams
I know.
in.
With so many teams, you got to have space for Miami.
How can you leave them out?
You can't. And it's not like they got blown out by UMass. They lost to UMass in the Mid-American Conference Tournament quarterfinals.
In a game that started at 11 a.m., by the way.
Right.
Why are we playing basketball games at 11 a.m.?
There was games going on all day because it's tournament time. We're trying to squeeze all these games in right before Selection Sunday. But yeah, it was a weird time. They lost only by 4 points. Come on, let them in the tournament.
Yeah, I hope they get in right now on ESPN and their bracketology with Joe Lunardi. He has them as the last bye. So in other words, there's 4 other teams that make it into the tournament that are lower than them that still make it in.
Okay.
As at-large bids. So hopefully they have some cushion. But I also know the selection committee definitely tends to favor teams that are good for TV or like from major conferences versus these random smaller conference teams. But Miami, hopefully with the undefeated season, will be high enough profile that they won't get the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they've gotten a lot of press, so I think that'll work out. Radio U, where music is going. How about where music is running? Because I will be running a lot today.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, and I do have several Radio U songs in my running playlist, and I'm going to need them, Hudson, because today I'm doing something I've never done before.
Okay.
I'm running my first ever 10K.
Oh, man. Inside or outside?
It's going to be outside.
Outside, the wind, I think, will blow you to an amazing time. I think you could actually just stand still.
I have to really be careful with how I run around my neighborhood to see if I can let it be like a jet stream or something. I don't know.
I mean, if you're running against the wind.
Yeah.
It'll feel like you're running 60 miles an hour, but you'll actually be going backwards probably.
I'll be going very slow. I'm not worried about speed, though. I've never run this distance before. So it's all about just keep going, just stay out there, just keep moving. So it's not about speed. It's just this is the longest distance I've ever run. But I'm in a challenge, and I literally have to run the 10K this weekend to get the challenge done.
Or what?
I mean, I get a little badge on Strava,
cool.
I want the badge. I also get it on Garmin too.
Wow.
It's on all of the things. But
you keep that up, you might get a sticker.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They do give you like free stuff sometimes on Strava. Like I completed a challenge. I got 2 months free of Audible.
Nice.
Isn't that
You're
pretty
actually
sweet?
using that?
I am using that.
Cool.
Yeah. 'Cause why not?
So wait, what? So the occasion is just your app is making you. It's not like a 10K race with other people.
No, it's not. It's not a 10K race. Although I would hope that at some point I could sign up for a race, even though Nene was trying to convince me to run a half marathon with him in October.
Well, I was just reading the Taco Bell 50K is coming up.
Well, I won't be doing that. I'm trying to run a 10K. But yeah, there's a challenge going on, and basically the challenge is if you PR in your get into your top 3 of your 10K time, you get the finisher's badge, and then you also get put into a drawing to win Adidas shoes and gear. And so this is on Strava. They do challenges all the time.
Yeah.
And so I signed up for this challenge, even though I've never run a 10K. So my PR will be my debut.
Yeah.
Because as long as I run a 10K, I'm in.
That's a guaranteed win then, right there.
It is a guaranteed win, but I am nervous. I've never run this distance before. The furthest I've ever run without stopping is 3.79. So just under 4 miles. And a 10K is...
But how many Ks is that?
Well, that was it's over a 5K because a 5K is 3.1.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost in the middle a little bit because...
I'm Canadian. I should know how the Ks convert to miles. But
Yeah.
I don't.
10K is 6.2 miles.
Okay. Oh, so you got to double it basically.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of
on
work.
a windy day, you can only run in one direction or it will be a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck.
I'll be running through a lot of neighborhood houses and stuff. That usually blocks out the wind, so hopefully that'll be fine.
It takes a lot to block 60-mile-an-hour wind. They
60 miles an hour?
Yeah, trucks aren't allowed to drive today.
I didn't know it was that bad.
All right, we haven't had any truck drivers texting in because they're not on the roads today. They get a day off. They're not allowed to drive. It's too dangerous.
Oh, man.
They tip right over.
We'll see how well this goes then.
Yeah.
I might come back with like
I'm telling you, just
3-hour time.
Just figure out which way the wind's blowing and just run that way.
Run that direction.
And then have someone pick you up after you've gone 10 Ks. Get your popcorn ready. It's our Friday tradition, the weekend watch list, letting you know which movies are new that you could be watching in theaters this weekend. Admittedly, a bit of a light week for new releases. I think if you have anything particularly good, especially if you're Disney associated, you're saving it for next week because you have a big advertising audience you can show the trailers to tonight to promote it. Or this weekend, I should say, at the Oscars. But nevertheless, there are new movies. Let's start with Reminders of Him. After a perfect outing with her boyfriend, Kenna makes an unbearable mistake that sends her to prison for 7 years. Hoping to rebuild her life after her release, she tries to reunite with her daughter, but her custodial grandparents refuse to let Kenna see her. She soon finds unexpected compassion from a local bar owner as their secret romance gives Kenna hope for a second chance. Reminders of Him is now in theaters. It has a 61% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Honestly, higher than I thought it would be.
Kevin Mayer of The Times says the Colleen Hoover School of Social Realism is back. And this time, it's more idiotic than ever.
Seriously, these Colleen Hoover books, I just don't get it, guys. I'm sorry if you have read them or if you like her. I just don't get it.
They should put that quote in the commercial for the movie.
In the trailer?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
More idiotic than ever.
Yeah, more idiotic. Kevin Mayer of The Times says more idiotic than ever. So that doesn't sound particularly good or definitely for a niche audience. But what about this? What about Slanted? Starring McKenna Grace. Asian teenager John Wang dreams of becoming prom queen. Can we cut and start over? Asian teenager Joan Huang probably dreams of becoming prom queen, but fears the only way to win is to look like all the past queens whose portraits line her high school halls. Then she hears about Ethnos, a cosmetic surgery clinic that turns people of color white. Joan undergoes the procedure and wakes up a beautiful blonde, McKenna Grace, who's destined for the crown, but at what cost?
I I saw the trailer for this, and it looks very much like The Substance.
That's what I'm thinking, but it's not listed as a horror movie at all.
Okay.
It's a comedy drama sci-fi. Slanted is now in theaters. It has a 72% on Rotten Tomatoes. And Hannah Bay says of the San Francisco Chronicle, Huang deals out absurdist humor with a deft hand, especially in scenes where ethnos and its corporate videos extol the so-called joys of whiteness. I feel like this wants to be a new version of Get Out, perhaps, but I don't think it quite hits those heights. It sounds like based off of the reviews. Finally, Undertone, a podcast host covering spooky content, moves in to care for her dying mother. When sent recordings of a pregnant couple's paranormal encounters, she discovers their story parallels hers, each tape pushing her towards madness.
Uh-oh.
Undertone is now in theaters. It has a 77% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Not too terrible for a horror movie.
Even though it sounds like experiencing it's like a video of somebody watching Paranormal Activity.
It's Inception.
Yeah. Sean Burns of Splice Personality says, indeed, there's something metronomic about the director's deployment of scary sights and sounds. It all feels as prefab and astroturfed as the movie's marketing campaign. So not a fan from Sean Burns. So that's what we've got in theaters this week. All kind of niche stuff. Yeah. That's like just okay. It's not like apparently it's going to blow you away.
Entirely like new ideas that are going to blow you away.
Yeah, not necessarily. Now, on streaming, while there's no like new movies, Zootopia 2 is now on Disney+.
Let's go.
The new season of One Piece is now on Netflix. I've seen a bunch of people talking about that. Also, there's a new dating show on Netflix that's supposed to follow up Love is Blind, like another new kind of take on that.
I'm sorry, Netflix. I'm not keeping my subscription. You're too expensive. So.
Also, there was a few other. There's some new series out this week. There's a new Will Forte series called Sunny Nights on Hulu, and a new Taylor Sheridan series called The Madison on Paramount Plus.
I do love Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, so that feels like that might be the biggest hit of the weekend, honestly.
Maybe.
Well, probably One Piece. People, I can't stop seeing people talk about that.
I've seen a lot of people post about that too.
That's your weekend watch list. Let us know what you're watching this weekend at 8772 Radio U or using the talkback button in the new Radio U app. We'll see you at the movies. You might need some calming exercises after this.
Oh boy.
Like just be prepared. Have those like ready in your mind.
I'm taking a deep breath now.
Some deep breaths, maybe like the hand breathing thing. I know.
The hand breathing thing?
Yeah.
What's that?
You like trace your fingers as you breathe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I've done the thing where you count, where you like one.
Yep.
As you breathe in and then let it out in 5 seconds. Yeah.
Sometimes you need them. This is definitely one of those cases. You might remember earlier this week, we talked about how the Department of Justice settled a lawsuit with Live Nation, the company that owns Ticketmaster, where they told the Ticketmaster, or like the results of the case was, they're like, we're not going to keep going with this. Ticketmaster, Live Nation, pay a fine of up to $280 million and we'll call it good.
So annoying.
Yeah, for basically monopolizing the entire concert industry, event industry. Well, after that settlement, we have texts from different regional ticketing directors at Live Nation that have gone public in association with this case. Listen to some of the things they were saying. These are
gosh.
This is somebody texting each other. The first guy goes, VIP parking was supposed to be $75. I now start at $100.
What?
The other guy, Ben, responds, another regional ticketing director, these people are so stupid. I almost feel bad taking advantage of them.
Oh my gosh.
The response to that is, robbing them blind, baby. That's how we do it.
Just openly admitting it. Admitting it.
There's another text exchange where somebody goes, I gounced them with ancil prices. That's the ancillary cost rather than the actual ticket itself. Like including $50 to park in the grass and $60 to park in closer grass.
What? They are terrible humans. They are terrible human beings.
And these, by the way, these are texts that were shown in this court case, and they still decided.
They still didn't get us justice?
They did not get us justice. $280 million is the most they could pay when just last year they had $25 billion in revenue.
I am petitioning that we rename the Department of Justice to the Department of Settling. Because no justice was had in this case.
There's no justice here.
No justice at all. These texts are terrible. This is condemning what they're doing.
It's
said
pretty much
by
clearly
them.
open admission that like we have no reason to actually charge these prices or these fees, and we can just get away with it because what else are they going to do?
Yeah.
Who's going to stop us?
Who's going to stop us?
Apparently
There's no one
not.
else. There's nowhere else that they can go see these concerts.
Mm-hmm.
So our hands are tied with this. This is terrible. I hate this. It makes me never want to go to a concert again.
That's what I'm thinking. I was looking at concerts earlier this week of like, oh, I think I might want to go to that one. And then I saw it was Ticketmaster because of course it is. And I'm like, oh, gosh darn. Like, I cannot give them money.
I don't want to give them any money at all. This is terrible.
But it makes me feel bad because you think about all the artists that, I mean, we play here at Radio U that this is, if they're forced to because they don't have any other options. There's no,
right.
What other ticketing company is there?
I know.
If 21 Pilots wants to play an amphitheater, and that's the only place that can fit them, they have to use Ticketmaster more or less.
It's a problem across the board for the consumer, the artist, and so everybody's being forced to have to work with these stupid people.
Yeah, but
they're the stupid people.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I was hoping the Department of Justice would come in and give us actual justice, but that didn't happen.
There's a bunch of, like we mentioned the other day, there's a bunch of states attorneys general that are still I think, working on this. So hopefully that'll work out for us. But I mean, I don't even know if like, for example, California wins and you don't live in California, does that even do you any good?
I
Probably
doubt
not,
it.
so.
I doubt it. Not for like those that don't live in California or whatever. So Ohio Attorney General, get on top of this.
Yeah. Tonight on Fox, it's USA versus Canada again.
Yes.
The baseball edition this time. The World Baseball Classic has been going on. We're now into the playoff round where it's single elimination, win or you're out, lose or go home. And USA, because of their faltering against Italy in the group stage, now has to play Canada, who got first place in their group.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be a fun game. I got my USA sweatshirt on. You got your Canada hat on.
Yep.
So I'm obviously picking the United States to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick the United States, but I'll be cheering for the Canada, of course.
Oh, you're picking the U.S.?
It's baseball, Allie.
I thought you would be picking Canada.
If the U.S. can beat Canada in hockey, they better be able to beat them in baseball. Now, soccer might be a different story.
Okay.
We'll see when soccer rolls around the World Cup. But I definitely think the United States is going to win.
Okay.
But I'll be rooting hard for Canada, and I'm still ready to make things interesting.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, because I want to have, like, I'm cheering for Canada, but if there's nothing on the line, then what's the point? You know?
That's why I would think that you would pick Canada. So there would actually be something on the line here.
Well, let's put something on the line.
Okay.
Even though I think Canada will lose. If Canada wins, I think on Monday you need to come in here and sing, "Oh, Canada."
Oh, the Canadian anthem.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'll only agree to do that if you pick Canada. It doesn't make sense if you pick the U.S. and the U.S. loses.
Well, pick with my heart or my head.
I would pick with your heart.
Like
Hudson.
I would not go on DraftKings and put money on Canada to win.
Yeah, well, there's
even somebody else's money.
There's no money going into this. We're not actually gambling.
So, like, do I truly believe Canada will win? No. So I'm not gonna pick them. But if they win,
but it doesn't.
I think you should have to sing the anthem.
It doesn't make sense because then it's like either way you win, and so I don't think that that's fair.
Well, if I lose, I can still sing the American anthem. I'll put that on the line. People love when I sing.
Yeah, they do.
So
they
I will do that. It's almost like
much.
a service to the Radio U audience.
I mean, the Gaston moment was one of my favorites from last year.
It'll be an audition for me to possibly get to sing the national anthem at like I don't know, the World Cup.
A Clippers game, maybe?
Sure, anything.
You know, shoot for a realistic one first.
Well, I think I should be at something where I would sing both anthems since I actually know the Canadian one.
Sing both.
I just need to prove that the American anthem, which is much harder to sing because it's a crazy song.
I guess in a soccer game, yeah, you would have to play both at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, the games are in the United States, but what if Canada plays a game here? then they would need both anthems, right?
Well, I think in soccer, it's across the board. No matter if the games are played in a different country, they play both anthems. That's how it is in the World Cup.
So then we might be playing 3.
3 anthems.
Yeah. You're not going to start a game in the United States and not play the American anthem, right?
I don't know if they've done that
If
before.
it's like Zimbabwe against France in the United States, we got to play the American anthem first.
I don't know if that's how it works, but in the World Cup, I believe it is they play both anthems for both countries to start the game.
We play the anthem before like monster truck rallies.
Yeah.
We're not at the biggest sporting event in the world in the United States. We're not going to play the anthem.
The World Cup just isn't in the United States, too. It's in Canada and Mexico.
Well, in the Canada games, they've got to start it with the Canadian anthem.
I don't think they're going to do that, though.
They have to.
I don't think they will. In all my time of watching the World Cup, I don't think they actually do that. I think they just play the anthems for the 2 teams playing.
That's wrong.
Why?
Like I just said, we have NASCAR races that have the American anthem.
I understand.
We have bull riding. They play the American anthem. It's the biggest. If you come and play soccer here, you have to. The least you can do is sit through our stupid anthem.
I'm fine with that, but I don't think they're going to do that because it's not been done in the past.
Well, then I'm going to break in and I'm going to sing the anthems whether they want it or not, because this is America, gosh darn it.
Yeah, no, I completely understand.
What's the point of having the World Cup here if they don't play our anthem?
They'll play it when we play.
8772 Radio U or the talkback button in the Radio U app is how you can share your advice for this roommate debate situation on Radio U Mornings. We have a guy who says, I have a friend staying with me for a couple of weeks. I just recently cooked 3 pork chops. We each ate 1. Sounds great. I forgot about the 3rd one, though. Left it in the pan. My friend put the lid on the pan and went to bed. A little while later, I went to bed. Then, 24 hours later, I'm pondering about what to have for dinner, and he tells me there's still a pork chop in the pan from last night. I got annoyed because he knew it was there and he didn't put it away in the fridge. He wants to go ahead and eat it, but it's been sitting out for 24 hours, so I don't think it's safe.
Yeah.
I don't want him getting sick on my hands, so now he's annoyed with me too. I shouldn't have forgotten about the pork chop. Part of the reason I forgot was that it was covered, but that's not an adequate excuse. But I was kind of shocked that he knew it was there for 24 hours and didn't say anything or put it away in the fridge. Should I let him eat it? And who's wrong here? 8772 Radio. This is truly, I guess it's not truly a roommate debate because it's a temporary guest, but it's truly a debate. Like who's right, who's wrong, who should actually be upset with who here.
But also the consequences for this one are so low compared to some that we've talked about.
But we do need a verdict because if both of these guys are listening, like we got to settle this.
We absolutely have to settle this, but I'm not worried about a roommate having to walk out, you know?
This is not one where somebody's going to say, just move out, simple.
Exactly.
Just find a new roommate, simple. 8772 Radio U or use the talkback button in the new Radio U app to chime in on
a roommate
this
debate on our hands.
8772 Radio U or the talkback button in the Radio U app is how you can share your thoughts. It's a guy who's got a friend living with him for a couple weeks. He made pork chops. He made 3 pork chops. They each ate 1. He forgot about the other one in the pan. The guest put a lid over the pan, but did not put the pork chop away in the fridge. Nobody put it away. 24 hours later, the guest wants to eat the pork chop. Our guy that wrote in says, you can't eat that. It's been out for 24 hours. And why didn't you put it away since you knew it was there?
Or just tell me to put it away.
Yeah, or say something. And they're both mad at each other. What's the advice? We've got some great texts coming in at 8772 Radio U.
Absolutely. I think we had asked a question at the end of our last break, like if both were in the wrong, I think is how you worded it.
Who's at fault?
Who's in the wrong?
Who should be mad with the other one? We need to settle it.
Chris just answered both. Both are in the wrong.
They're both kind of wrong.
Yeah.
I guess.
Both of them did things where you're just like a little like, odd choice.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like I want to see what other people are saying, but to me, I feel like the actual, I don't know if he's like the owner of the house or the main renter or whatever, but he's more wrong.
Okay.
Because you can't be mad. Your roommate, all he did was not say anything.
Yeah, you can't be, and he's not even your roommate.
Right.
He's a guest. Like he probably
It's
just
not his house.
assumed that you knew what you were doing
Right.
and that you were going to put it away.
We know what happens when you assume, but at the end of the day, he's a guest.
Yeah, he's a guest. You can't blame him.
You
so
can't, what if it took it the other way and he started messing around with your fridge?
yeah,
Without asking.
Then that would be wrong. We heard from Brittany. She says if he wants to risk eating the pork chop, let him. He's an adult. As for putting away the pork chop, it's both of their faults. Yeah, I mean, I wish he would have said something if he would have known. It doesn't make any sense to me why he wouldn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I completely agree with the whole, like, if he wants to eat it, let him eat it. Like, you could tell him, like, hey, I probably wouldn't recommend eting something that's been sitting out for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to risk it, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I can even understand why he didn't say something because I know some people, and maybe this guy is like this, you have to do some self-scouting on yourself. If you said, and we're talking about like the main guy that made the pork chops, if you come to him later and go, hey, you left a pork chop out, there's some people that are like, yeah, I know about, and they make you feel bad for saying something about it.
Yeah, they make you feel like an idiot.
I definitely have people in my life that are like that, so I can understand why the roommate, the guest, might not want to say something.
They must be a joy to be around.
Laura says, as the guest, it's not his responsibility to clean up. Certainly not clean up.
Yeah.
I mean, he even him putting the lid on the pan is kind of nice.
Right.
That was something that was, unless it was something that was pre-established. Throw away the pork chop. Nothing is worth food poisoning.
Yeah, that's true. Food poisoning is awful. We heard from Tim. He says, let him eat it. Everyone's wrong. Just like throwing someone in a lake to see if they're a witch, sink, or float. The pork chop will clarify everything. If they eat it and get sick, their fault. If they're okay, all is well.
I like that.
That is amazing.
If you're not going to eat the pork chop, you should let him eat it. It's his choice,
Yeah, like just, again, tell him you don't recommend it, but let him do what he wants. He's
also,
an adult.
Has the witch's sink ever been proven? I feel like that could just be a flawed test in the first place.
Right, because humans are supposed to be able to float.
Yeah.
We're made of like 80% water.
Yeah, but there's also humans that definitely don't.
That don't float?
They, not naturally.
I'm pretty sure we're all supposed to be able to float.
Then how does anybody drown?
Oh, that's fair.
Brian says, is your roommate 12? If not, he can make his own pork chop decisions and get sick if he wants. But he's not a roommate. He's a guest.
He's a guest.
And also you can do nice things for roommates too. You can like maybe both of you cooking at the same time and be clogging up the kitchen. So one person just chooses to do the cooking for both for that night. So
Yeah. And then we heard finally from Susanna who says, heat it and eat it. I love that rhyme there. She says both are in the wrong, but mostly the homeowner.
Would you eat a pork chop that had been out on the counter for 24 hours?
No. As Laura said, food poisoning ain't worth it. I've had food poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I was sick for several days. If I knew that food had been sitting out for 24 hours, I'm not risking it.
It was covered.
It doesn't matter. I'm not risking it. I think it's even within like a really short amount of time that it starts to get to the point where you're not supposed to eat it.
I probably wouldn't now 24 hours because I don't have a lot of money, but I'm affluent enough that I can afford to throw away a pork chop.
Sure.
But there's definitely times in my life. Is it, I just feel like I can eat something better.
Yeah.
If it was a really good pork chop, I guess I might still eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I do?
What?
I eat pizza. I'll leave the pizza out.
Oh, really?
So if I can leave that out, pork chop will be fine. Right?
I know some people that do that.
Email mornings@radiou.com if you've got a roommate debate. Allie, you said you're running a 10K today.
Yeah.
While you do that, can you try this?
Okay.
Can you try making butter while you run?
Making butter?
Yeah. 8772 Radio U or the talkback button in the Radio U app. Apparently, this is possible. This is a possible thing you can do is literally make butter during your run.
Okay.
This has been proven. This has been accomplished by trail runners in Oregon, Libby Cope and Jacob Arnold, where they tested out if you get heavy cream and put it in your I guess one of those backpacks or something that has like where you would normally put water in it, right? So
Sure.
you can drink while you run.
Sure.
They put cream in it, and then with it being cold and then them running around, the motion of them running, they did it long enough. Bang, butter when you're all said and done.
That is so wild.
Yeah. So I think you should test this out.
I'll have to go buy some heavy cream. Yeah, I'm looking at the photos of this. It definitely worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked. And I mean, this is efficient. You're accomplishing two things at once.
Yeah.
Butter and running.
I'm impressed.
You're burning off all calories that you could then eat when you eat your butter.
That's the only thing is like butter, not exactly something I would want to have after running. So I don't know.
I'm very impressed that they even had because it just makes sense that you could do this.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy that nobody really dreamed this up until now.
Right. I've never even thought about churning and burning, as they call it.
Yeah.
Churn and burn.
But now I feel like you're just kind of wasting time if you don't. Like you're running while you could be accomplishing something else as well.
Well, you could be multitasking.
Yeah. Even if you don't eat the butter, your family, somebody would probably appreciate it.
Maybe.
You homemade butter.
Yeah. That sounds pretty sick.
You could start like experimenting with recipes, like infusing garlic or cinnamon and stuff into it.
Yeah.
Not both at the same time because that'd be nasty. But, I think that you could accomplish some great things doing this.
Yeah, I might have to look into this. Although I wonder if it's like a little bit different with the trail run. Because I feel like trail runs are a lot more rough. Mm-hmm. So there's maybe some more churning that can go on there compared to me just running on the sidewalk.
You don't think that would? I mean, it's still going to be shaking around, right?
Yeah, but not as much, maybe.
I don't know. I guess there's only one way to find out.
There is only one way to find out. I wonder how I also don't wear a backpack. Mm-hmm. So I'd have to add that in, which any weight that you add, it's going to make your run harder.
Yeah, but you're going to set a record today anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's also people who apparently have done trail run chocolate ice cream and frosted lemonade.
I would much prefer to do the ice cream.
It's going to be cold, though.
It's going to be...
It's a whole day. And then after you're done, the ice cream's going to melt.
What do you mean?
It's a cold day.
Yeah.
So who wants ice cream on a cold day?
I want ice cream any day.
As soon as you finish running.
Ice cream is good for any day.
I'm concerned the ice cream would melt shortly thereafter.
Well, I was wondering of the same with the butter when it's like hot outside because they're running in the.
Yeah, you don't want to do that on a warm day.
Yeah, because they're running like in Oregon, Pacific Northwest. It's usually pretty chill over there. So I don't know if I was running like on a warm day here in Ohio with like the sun out, like. That might not be too good.
The backpacks are insulated, right?
Oh, they are?
I would think so.
Maybe.
Because otherwise you'd wind up with hot water.
Yeah.
That you're drinking too, or hot Powerade.
I just can't imagine ending my run and it just getting covered by hot butter.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is gross.
What else? Okay. Now the science has been proven. What else could you make while you run? To put your runs to good use.
I don't know. It does feel a lot like when life gives you lemons, make lemonade, which I like. I like that because running is not easy. It is not easy at all. And so it is kind of cool thinking about your running, not only helping you grow your endurance, helping you with, lose weight or whatever the goals are that you have with running, and also making butter or making ice cream. Like it's cool just to add that on.
To actually have something to show for it.
Oh, I think you have plenty to show for it just with running. Like I've seen so many differences in myself, but to have like a product that you made while you're running, that just adds
something tangible.
It adds a level of impress.
You can show somebody and say, "Hey, I ran this many butters worth." I also think we should show this to the Amish. I don't know how to show it because it's on TikTok.
Feels like the Amish would have invented this,
right? The Oscars are this weekend, Sunday night. And I cannot wait. I still got some movies to finish this weekend to be fully ready, but I think I know enough to know.
Do you have any new ratings for us? You were working through Frankenstein and you were working through, what was the other one?
The Secret Agent.
The Secret Agent. Did you finish them?
I definitely haven't watched enough of that to give it a rating, but for Frankenstein's probably a solid 7.5.
Okay, so you finished all of that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have not started Sentimental Value. There's only one I haven't watched, but it also looks really boring.
It does look really boring.
But Train Dreams might have looked a little boring, and that was one of my favorites. So
yeah.
The Oscars coming up on Sunday night. What's different about the Oscars this year? One, It starts at 7 Eastern instead of 8.
Oh, much better. Much
I think
better.
that's a big. Now they definitely should be done by midnight. I should be able to actually get some sleep before the show on Monday.
As long as they can limit their speeches.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Adrian Brody's not nominated this year, so hopefully that should help. Also, what's different, this is the first time ever you don't need a subscription to anything to be able to stream it.
Okay.
The Oscars they've been on ABC, so you can watch with an antenna, or if you had any, cable, satellite, YouTube TV, whatever subscription, to be able to watch your local channels. But you couldn't just stream it without that, even though it's on local TV. But now, for the first time ever, if you have Disney Plus or Hulu, you'll be able to watch this just streaming on there. So I guess you still need a subscription, but a subscription you probably likely have. Like, you don't have to start something new necessarily to be able to stream it. Why should you watch? I always think, ironically, the Oscars, you should watch for the music.
Okay.
You're going to have performances of Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters.
All right.
And I Lied to You from Sinners. I don't know if they're going to recreate the worst scene in the movie, but they are going to have a live performance. Plus, there's going to be another Sinners musical tribute that involves, like, Buddy Guy from the movie, Brittany Howard, Shabuzi is going to be involved. So the music is good. And then they also say Josh Groban is going to be performing.
What is he going to do?
I don't know what song, but I have to. It says Josh Groban and the Los Angeles Master Choral. That's going to be the In Memoriam segment.
Yeah.
That's already tough to watch through. But that's going to, Josh Groban and all the celebrities we've lost in the past year.
He's going to have, he has such an emotional voice. Like, that's literally, people are going to be crying.
At Christmas time when Oh Holy Night comes on by him, I'm like.
I know.
Well, I better pull over. Yeah.
Ball your eyes out.
Oh, that's going to be tough. And obviously, Conan O'Brien, the host again, always hilarious to me.
So funny.
I'm so
glad. Did Nate Bargatze do it last year?
No, I think that was the Emmys.
The Emmys. Okay,
yeah,
I was like,
he's definitely not
Nate
done the Oscars.
I want him to do the Oscars.
Yeah,
he's so funny.
He would be good, but hard to top Conan. And then let's talk about the races. Unfortunately, and by that I mean who's going to win, of course. Unfortunately, one battle after another is a hefty favorite to win Best Picture.
Wow.
So there shouldn't be a ton of suspense. There'd be a big upset if Sinners probably has the best shot of anybody else of pulling that off, but
I want Sinners to win.
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Sinners. But I will say, I have seen, because your ratings, they're on our Instagram, on our Facebook. You guys can check them out, RadioU Mornings. And somebody agreed with you, because One Battle After Another was one of the ratings you gave the lowest.
Yeah.
It's not like you gave it a terrible rating.
I gave it 6 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
It's a solid movie.
Sure.
It's very long, and so, like, from that perspective, not very rewatchable. And then when you consider, this isn't how you pick the Oscar winner, because it's just for this year, but when you consider it in the pantheon of Leonardo DiCaprio movies, it's not his best.
No.
When you consider it in the pantheon of Paul Thomas Anderson movies, the director, it's not his best. It's not even close.
Yeah.
But he's never won before, so it'll be nice that he gets the win this time, but he should have deserved it for There'll Be Blood or Magnolia. Right. Like, he's made much better movies.
Oh my gosh, There Will Be Blood definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I don't like that that's the favorite.
The interesting, and then Jessie Buckley is a lock to win for Hamnet for Best Actress, which she definitely should. But Best Actor is like the one interesting race.
That's up for grabs?
Yeah, because Michael B. Jordan has won some of the recent awards for Sinners.
Mm-hmm.
But Timothée Chalamet was kind of the favorite going in, and he had won some awards going back for Marty Supreme. But he also, I feel like he's done a big publicity tour, but some of it hasn't gone as well, because I feel like he's just, and I don't know, I guess they're both young. They both have plenty of time to win in the future. So there's not like going to be a career achievement. So I don't know. I just feel like I feel like Michael B. Jordan's going to get the win, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, he deserves it too, but Marty Supreme was my favorite movie. So
I think if Sinners does not win Best Picture, I think Michael B. Jordan will win the Best Actor.
Yeah. But that is going to be the one that's interesting to watch. I feel like I'm rooting for Timothée Chalamet.
Okay.
But I'll be happy either way. I mean, they're both deserving. They both did a great job.
I mean, Michael B. Jordan played 2 characters.
Yeah. Yeah. And Timothée Chalamet took who should be a very unlikable character, but somehow you do kind of like him a little bit.
Okay.
In Marty Supreme. At least I did. So let us know your thoughts for the Oscars, who Who are you rooting for if you've seen any of the nominees at all? I know in the comments of our Instagram, a lot of people have been rooting for F1.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if
People
will
love
win
that.
any of the major awards.
Unfortunately, no.
It's not unfortunate.
Oh!
I mean, it's a fine movie, but should it win Oscars?
I think Brad Pitt could be deserving.
He's not even nominated. Epic Games is changing the pricing structure for Fortnite.
Okay.
8772 Radio U, or use the talkback button in the Radio U app. And guess what? They're not making it cheaper.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, unfortunately, they just made this announcement. It goes into effect starting on March 19th, so that'd be next Thursday, right?
I think that sounds right.
Thursday of next week. You will get fewer bang for your, or lower bang for your V-Buck when you want to go ahead, or I guess fewer V-Bucks for your actual money.
Dollars.
Previously, the way it would work was you would get for $8.99, you would get 1,000 V-Bucks.
Okay.
Now, or starting on March 19th, you'll only get 800 V-Bucks.
Oh no.
Yeah. So now, like, the conversion of dollars to V-Bucks is actually less than $1. The conversion rate not good.
It's it's an awkward conversion rate because you're paying basically $9 to get 800 V-Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like that doesn't add up in my brain. I'd much prefer it to be a round number. $1 is versus
yeah,
worth
which it wasn't
100.
before either.
Yeah.
But it was actually in your favor, I guess.
Yeah.
This fake money that you can buy with real money. The $22.99 pack, like they're not changing the price of the packs, they're just changing what you'll get with it.
What you get.
So the $22.99 pack now, instead of getting you 2,800, goes down to 2,400
Oh my
V-Bucks.
gosh.
And the $36.99 pack goes from 5,000 to 4,500.
Wow.
So tough
Have you ever
times.
bought any of these?
Yes.
Okay.
I have bought V-Bucks before. I try not to very often, but there are certain things that you like. Your only way to get them is just going to be
To
actually going ahead,
purchase.
putting money in.
Yeah.
And I think, well, Fortnite is a free game. You get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Every once in a while, to buy one of the $8.99 packs, I would do it. But it doesn't feel right coming from Fortnite, does it? Like
It's not a great feeling, but like you said, it is still a free game. You still can play without getting all of these extra add-ons and skins and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so
you still can absolutely play 100% for free.
yeah, it's not terrible compared to like, let's say you're playing a game and you had to like pay a monthly subscription to play it. And they upped that monthly subscription by $2 or whatever. That would be really annoying and would lead to people boycotting because then you could potentially price people out of being able to play. This doesn't really price people out of being able to play, but it does price people out of being able to have the add-ons. You know?
Yeah. It makes it more difficult for you to enhance your experience.
Yeah.
They also, though, the good news is while they're not lowering the price, while it's going to become more expensive to buy V-Bucks, your V-Bucks will actually stretch further as far as your battle pass goes, or I guess it's essentially the same because it was $8.99 for 1,000 V-Bucks. Now it's going to be $8.99 for 800, but 800 will now buy you a battle pass where it used to be 1,000. So that stays the same, but it's just for anything else that's not
good.
included in the battle pass. You're spending more money per what you're getting.
Okay.
I also feel it is kind of tough because they said the cost of Fortnite is increasing. And it's just like...
They're doing that to themselves, guys.
Yeah, like what are you blaming that? I don't know. Like everything is literally going up in price, tariffs, inflation running rampant, blah, blah, blah. But it feels like video games should be, the game that you already play for free and where you're just buying stuff for fun anyways.
Yeah.
Feels like it should kind of be pretty insulated from that. And so it does kind of feel like, a cop-out from them to be telling us that it's getting more expensive to run the game.
It's 100% a cop-out. I get that you probably are going to need more servers. You need to upgrade servers because you have more and more people playing. Although I feel like Fortnite hit its peak a while ago and has probably only declined since then. Not that it's doing bad. It's still very, very popular. But you can't tell me you're not making so much money off of this game.
So much of stuff in Roblox or in Fortnite isn't even like created by, like there's experiences that they do that are created by them.
Yeah.
So like I think Steal the Brain Rot, so it's just like.
Steal the Brain Rot is Roblox, right?
It's in both.
It's in both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the things are in both. It's just kind of slightly different.
I didn't know. So they're both owned by the same company?
No, but people just create. Like if one does well in one, there's some kind of equivalent, even if it's made by
Steel
different...
Brainrot was not created by like Rockstar Games or whatever.
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, that was just some random person, I think.
That's kind of cool. So it's like a mod or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's one of the beauties of it. But there's still a lot of that I don't understand either. But at the end of the day, it just feels like they could not do this. But it's not like, I don't know, 20 years from now, are we going to be talking about how like they still never raised you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they had to do it. They could have not, but they have to do it at some point probably, the way the world is. So it's unfortunately now.
And at least, again, like we said, you can still play.
Mm-hmm.
This just impacts if you want to buy the Sabrina Carpenter skin.
Right. Did you know that you could have AI be your career coach?
Oh, you can have AI coach you in literally anything.
Yeah, I guess that is true. One of the GPTs there's probably several versions of this, but in like ChatGPT, you can have it be your career coach.
Really?
And like, instruct you along your way of like, okay, I'm working here now, but what if I don't want to work here forever? What do I do next? How do I?
It helps you plan a career.
Yeah. How do I transfer my skills that I have into like the next step or making more money or whatever it is?
I needed to train me. This is what I've been training myself on for years. Assertiveness training. This is something that a psychologist would do with you, especially with career planning. Like you need to be assertive.
That's the one thing I dream where I'm cautious to embrace AI in a lot of ways, but it does feel like, man, if I could just have AI for like my psychologist, I feel like
I think a lot of people actually
I feel like that'd be so helpful.
That.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm just worried I'm worried. And then, let me tell you why I'm worried and why the career coach, I feel like it's something you could definitely test out.
Yeah.
Or dating coach or whatever. Like you can probably coach you just about anything.
Literally anything.
Give you some steps. But what's one of the big problems to me is while its advice wouldn't be like completely unhelpful and unuseful, it's also going to be generic, right? It's
and
like
very aggregated from all sorts of places.
Yeah, if you're in this spot in life and you want to do this thing, like eventually, this is generally what would work for most people.
Right.
But that might not necessarily work for you or be the best advice for you. It's
right.
just it's generic, it's blanket, but it's not personalized to what's going on in your life. And it's really hard to find that. Like obviously, even if we have friends or family, like they will know more personally about you, but they wouldn't know about like what the right step for a career would be. You know what I mean? And so it's just hard to find like that true perfect advice.
Yeah.
But what's amazing about God is God knows like everything he does is exactly personalized to you. Mm-hmm. If you need advice in life, if you're at a fork in the road where you're like, I don't know what to do, there could be the generic answer that would work for most people, but God could have an answer that actually just works for you that might not be a completely different spot in the road. It might be turn around and go back. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
But God does.
Yeah.
And it's actually personalized to you, not just what tends to work for some people.
Right, exactly. God knows you better than anyone else. In fact, actually, we're told in the Bible that God knows us before we're even born. Like he knows you. You may think there's people out there that are just like, wow, they really know me. They get me. They understand me. But it's like they don't even have one little bit of knowledge compared to what God does about you.
Right. And so I don't know. This is my broken record, but it's also like my motto of life is that we have our ideas of what we think of the possible outcomes of a situation.
What we think will work.
And then there's God who has something completely different that we would never dream and imagine of. But we can't put God in a box and think that he can only do this way.
Right.
Or that, that this is how things must work. There's other things that can come into play that we don't even dream of. God can do that with your life.
Yeah.
God can give you much better advice. God can help you through whatever situation you're in much better than literally anywhere online or in person because he knows you and he knows your situation better than anybody else does. He's actually going to personalize it to you.
God's not limited to what's been written on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
ChatGPT is.
Yeah.
He can only give you what's already been put out there.
Mm-hmm.
God is a creative force. He created you. He created everything we see. And he knows you so deeply and so personally. So trust in that. Trust in that when you're making these decisions in your life, he's the one to turn to.
You can experience that as simple as it is to open up any AI account. Just say, hey, God, I want you right now. I need advice. I need help. I need whatever it is. And see what happens. Go to RadioU.com/free gift. Explain to me why this It's always Florida. 8772 Radio U, or use the talkback button in the new RadioU app. Man in Florida has been arrested, accused of stealing more than $500,000 worth of onions and potatoes.
What? There's enough potatoes and onions in the world to have $500,000?
Just in Florida alone, believe it or not. The suspect is 39-year-old Jason Canals. He's been arrested on 8 counts of interstate transport of stolen property, stemming from allegations that he defrauded produce suppliers with multiple schemes.
Oh, he was a fraudster.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I guess he would be posing as a company and request shipments from produce suppliers, and then would change the delivery address after the shipments had been sent, but then never provided the payment.
Oh.
So he was like posing, like acting legit. They said he went so far as to use a different company's email signature block in his emails. And then once he would get the shipments, then he would, change things up and then make it so they couldn't really have a good way to contact him, get it back, whatever, and get the payment and stiff them on the payment.
Dang, why would they even try and deliver the potatoes and the onions if they hadn't been paid for yet?
So we're victim blaming now?
Well, but why does it work that way? I would think you'd have to pay for it for us to deliver it to you.
I would assume it's probably, I haven't read all the details of the case, but since he was posing as another company, that company's probably a company that would have a contract with these suppliers. So where it's just like on a routine basis, they sent
an invoice and you're supposed to pay it by a certain day.
Exactly. So nevertheless, he wound up racking up over $500,000 worth, $500,000 worth of potatoes and onions.
What is he doing with all these? Is he reselling
I guess reselling them, right?
That's a wild way to make money as a fraudster.
It's a crazy scheme. It's a crazy scheme, but he must have been getting away with it for a while to be able to get $500,000 worth of potatoes and onions. And it brings me back to my question. Why is it always Florida where these people are pulling off these schemes?
We got to do the Florida man story again. We got to do that trend again because the stories are getting crazier and crazier, Hudson.
They are. And it wasn't that long ago. We literally just talked about the guy that was doing the taco seasoning Pokemon card scheme. That's right. That was in Florida.
That was in Florida too. And yesterday, the guy that was kidnapped by dolphins.
Florida man, he never truly went away, but it's something. There's just something about it. There's
an aura down
that's
there.
Bringing out these wacky ideas that people have.
We got to get Nikki out of that state. I'm worried about her.
It's only a matter of time until she either does something crazy or is the victim of something crazy.
I feel
she's going to get defrauded somehow.
Yes, I'm worried about her. I am absolutely worried about her. People have way too much material online to know what she is susceptible to, which is bears.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to trick her with something. Some Florida man's going to come up with some crazy bear
She's going to transfer Bitcoin
scream
to somebody in exchange for a bear experience that she never gets to have.
Yeah.
And she'll never get that Bitcoin back.
She'll never get the money back.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know what's going to happen.
We got to save Nikki before that happens.
Yeah. Yeah. It's risky down there.
It's definitely risky. Come on, potatoes and onions.
But then again, worth it.
Worth it?
Yeah, you're in Florida.
That's true. The weather is very nice down there. My dad was just there for a golf trip, and I was very jealous.
The beach is always there. They say you aren't allowed to be bored in Florida.
I mean, I've never been bored in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's ever happened to me any times I've visited.
So I guess that's the price you pay.
Yeah.
$500,000 worth of potatoes and onions.
Thanks for listening to the RadioU Podcast. Don't forget to rate and review the show.